We need to talk about relationship because it is through relationship that you will get everything that you want on the twin flame journey. And that might sound strange or new or maybe even contradicting. So we need to unpack this a little bit for you. Relationship. Now, let's see where we need to start because there's so much to talk about. We're not going to talk about all of it, I suppose, but we're going to start somewhere. Relationship is something between people or between core essences, souls, right? They relate to each other. They already do in some sort of way. But most often in the social and societal world that you have grown up in, it means a certain construction of two people coming together that has all kinds of cultural associations with it. And they're just going to do their life together. That's what a relationship is. So much so that very many people can't see the word relationship away from the societal idea of, let's say, a marriage or a life partner. But it actually does exist as a word that means the relationship between things or souls that already exists. And in that way, this word is important for the twin flame journey, not really in the sense of the old structure of how to do life in kind of rigid ideas that are not conform the divine blueprint and architecture of life the way they are placed in the twin flame union, that is the spiritual whole in which there is inside of it also relationship between souls, between people, and between these people and the divine, and between these people in this union and other souls, other unions, other people. So that's where we can speak of the idea of relationship as what's going on in truth, in the energy, in reality between two souls. And that's also like the different definition of the word relationship in a sense, because in the old societal and social sense, I mean, most often it was a relationship when you had checked the boxes of certain societal and social rules that needed to be followed in this certain time and space and accepted dealing with each other and stuff where you are. So it is about visible behavior and then it's okay. Or it's about a contract and then it's okay. Or a combination of the both. Outer things that don't necessarily translate to the idea of I am relating to someone or something or with myself or with the divine or even with this partner in this societally checked off relationship. And what is the truth of the matter of how we relate in this relationship? Because maybe you can have checked all these boxes off and maybe you can have a contract and that's all behaving every day. But the truth of the matter is, the reality is, the energy between these partners is, the relationship is, there is no relating, for instance. Or one is only very scared and the other one has withdrawn. Or, which is the same as there's no relating. Or, I don't know, just whatever there is going on in truth. Very unhappy, very lonely, very emotionally ill and not acknowledging that, and the other one is very withdrawn and looks for validation elsewhere. So what's between them? Sort of loneliness, nothing, ignoring each other. I don't know. I'm just making up stories, but you get what I mean. So what's the truth of the matter? They can have an official relationship, but what is the relating? Well, it's for instance, non-existent, or it is lonely, or it is all kinds of things can be going on in a certain way. Of course, there could also be a sanctioned relationship in which the relating is sort of okay, or like friends or something, or not too bad. Of course, I understand. Now we're talking in general, not about twin flames who relate to the divine first, and they have each other as their ultimate partner that accompanies them in relating to the divine first, which give them their ultimate life and ultimate partnership and ultimate relationship and ultimate relating also. But also there you can feel between them what's going on, and that can then for twin flames be a reason to go deeper in inner work and then feel the deep love of the divine again, in which they again have their partner as their true and eternal companion in that. So that's how the twin flame relationship works. And here you see that it is mainly relating between you and the divine. That comes first, and then it comes to relating with the self, and then comes to relating with the partner, with the twin flame. And that's a little bit how that one works. So relating is the thing, but I just needed to sort of set this apart. Is that the right expression? Well, explain it to give you some sort of a grasp on what I would mean. So I would like to see the word relationship as what's going on for real, and at least between people, but preferably between you and the divine, or between you and truth, or between you and yourself, you and your true self. That is where relationship is the word that we need, because I said that we need to talk about relationship because that is what you need. This is everything that you need. This is the thing that you need to take into account for getting everything that you want on the twin flame journey. So we're sort of starting to get somewhere here. Relating, that's where the blocks are to your union. Relating, that's where the problems are that you need to work out. That's where you have the points that you are upset about. That when you do the actual inner work with the twin flame inner work tool called Key, and in our Facebook community we have beautiful resources about that, then you will start to see that you can work through these points and things start to flow again in the twin flame flow way that you really want. But in the relationship, that's the place where you will find the thing, the block, right? That is the place, the avenue where you should look when you have your twin flame not by your side, when you have a twin flame but you're upset about something, when you have a twin flame and they're with someone else, or they don't talk to you anymore, or whatever the situation is that you are in right now, why you watch this video, right? You need to research that in relationship. It is in relationship where that is going on. And when you've done the inner work on this point that you found in relationship that was your block, and you've moved through that block to completion, and now you're on the other end of it, you will see that relationship now shows for you the result. Because you will have a restored relationship with your source, with the divine. And therefore, a restored relationship with the true twin flame. In this aspect, now there might be a couple of aspects that really need some core work before you can really be together, really intimately close to one another, right? That's the work. So you need to look in relationship. Everything happens in truth in the relationship between you and your true version of yourself, or you and your source, the divine. That's where everything happens. And that is the relationship in which you can repair everything, and it will then manifest in your life. Now, how do you do that? Well, you do the key tool, you do the inner work, you can have so much support in doing that, and there are many dear revisions of the key tool that you can also use, and there are many life aspects that you can do this inner work in and for, and etc. But you might also need guidance. I would only find that normal when you would need guidance. That's why I'm here. That's why you have people that are a spiritual twin flame teacher, right? And that guidance, or even getting reached out to you, the twin flame tools, even that one, or getting reached out to you, twin flame information, such as in this very video. But also this personal guidance, one-on-one. What do you need to know? In which corner do you need to look to make your transformation steps so that you get to the consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union? That is like the basis for everything that you want in your ultimate life. You would need guidance in a relationship, because this guidance happens in a relationship. It's the relationship between you, the viewer, right now, and me, the teacher, right now. We have a relationship too. So if you want guidance, if you want twin flame information, if you want twin flame tools, you are asking for a spiritual twin flame teacher. And you found that indeed here. And that implies already that there is relationship, because it is already here right now. That's why you're watching this video, because I'm real. Not sure if you knew that, but I'm a real person. I live in the Netherlands, in Europe, in an actual stone house. I eat every day. I sleep. I'm real. So, just so you know. But I mean, I think it's funny, but also very important, you know. We're all human beings. That's very much where we're very much the same. And that's the basis and the equality through which we meet, right? And this is a relationship. And this is a special relationship in the sense that if you want your true twin flame, you can get it through the teacher that is in harmonious union, and therefore can guide with and for you the process to go to the true twin flame. And you can conclude that that has been done and that is so together. That is how that works. That's the normal for how that works. And it means that you and me have a relationship. And we need to give that a place and a time to let that do its thing, play out, become real. And that's where coaching sessions come in. And that is why you would want that. And that is the place where you can place beautiful investments in your journey, because the relationship with the teacher guides you and models for you, with you, what the relationship with the twin flame is and will be. And even in harmonious union, it still plays a role. Because the spiritual twin flame teacher is still the spiritual twin flame teacher. And every time you go deeper with your twin flame in harmonious union, there is an element of the spiritual twin flame teacher that comes forward, because it is about that relationship that is being exemplified by the teacher, and it's the relationship with the divine. So in connection with a teacher, you can learn about that, because this is already a relationship with the divine right here that you can then partake in. And you start to learn what it is and how it feels like, etc., to be in this relationship in harmonious union with your true twin flame. And this is the place where your journey towards it can be guided. And there needs to be relationship there, because otherwise there's no working. There's nothing that happens. There's nothing that's being exchanged. And you're not learning anything. You're not growing. You're not healing. You're not purifying. So there needs to be a relationship that is also consciously made, besides the fact that there was already an unconscious relationship anyway, because that's why you're here. So there is already a relationship between us. It's already doing its thing. That's the unconscious thing. And that's also because you're here and you're watching this video, etc. It's already here, right? And we combine that with the conscious relationship with this. That's you saying yes to our relationship consciously, willingly, on your own volition, coming closer. So that's how you start to come closer to the true twin flame teacher, and also, therefore, to the true twin flame and to your own harmonious union. So that's how it works. And it has never worked in another way. There are no examples of people that have this, that have done it in another way. That doesn't exist, really. Everyone has a teacher. Even the history of spiritual teachings and studentship only shows that all the big masters and teachers that are world famous have a teacher themselves. So you really think that you are exempt of that? Well, that would be pretty special. Keep me posted. I had teachers too. I still have them. Every time something important happens, it is the relationship with the teacher that comes forward in me, in my life. There's no exemption of that. You come closer to the teacher. This is a relationship. You say yes to the conscious part of that too. And that is the part where you are allowed to invest in yourself, where you can get the reality of the one-on-one relationship with the teacher, right? By going to coaching endeavors and opportunities, really saying yes to them, really doing it, really coming closer. So there are many ways to come closer in which that relationship indeed becomes more intimate, through which your relationship with the divine becomes more intimate, through which your relationship with your true twin flame becomes more intimate. Watching these videos is only step one. There are multiple steps that represent going deeper in every step that you can make that will contribute to your wanted twin flame developments. They represent that also. So one thing that you can do is you can take what I say seriously. You can try it on yourself, everything that I suggest. What you can also do is actually execute the social media opportunities that are here for you already for years, just for the taking. You can come to the Facebook group, go to other social media avenues, read in all the social media avenues every day. Go in the social media events that I organize all the time, or a lot. Maybe someday I won't do them anymore. You can go a step deeper and start to buy some services that represent you investing in what you want and getting out of it what you desire, right? Because you invested. You can do that in the easy first layer that I have, which is anchored in a Facebook group. We have reading there exclusively for the group, which is the most juicy thing ever, that you really want that reading, just saying. And I have small coaching sessions in which we do your inner work. That's a beautiful layer that you can also undertake for yourself. And I also have a deeper layer if you want to invest more. A beautiful layer of many more opportunities in which I really can give you what I want to give you. Healing and coaching and building and so many things that I have for you to use, that I have collected and developed over decades. And I only want for you to use them. But you gotta do that step to make these bigger investments so that we can have a real relationship with deepenings. And by the way, we will also get more of a school program real soon as well. How about that? Stay tuned. So these kinds of steps are just examples of what you can do to go deeper in the journey, in your healing, to make come true the harmonious twin flame union that you desire. You don't need to do it with me, then go somewhere else. But I would advise for you to go to a place where they don't lie to you. They actually have what they're saying they're having. And they have an established practice that already runs for some time, so that the first mistakes and stuff are worked out already. Going deeper on the twin flame journey is a journey. Whatever you choose, you will need to make steps that represent deepenings. And you have to make these steps in relationship, because the end result is also a relationship. Think about it. Sounds logic, right? Relationship is where it happens. Relationship is the result. When you come in a consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union, you will see that you will be high vibe, because that's the steps represent that you your vibration gets higher and higher. And when you get at the destination of harmonious twin flame union consciousness state, your vibration is really high. And you will see that you have to combine that with relationship. Harmonious twin flame union is high vibration on the twin flame harmonious union level, combined with relating. If you can't relate, but you're only high, you will fall out of that state immediately. You need to combine both. So, yeah, I would say start doing that right now already. Start, have a relationship and work on your vibration and combine both, because they are, let's say, your spiritual core vibration and the human that you also are at the same time, the relationship. And they're actually also one, they belong together. So I wanted to explain that today, and I hope that I have enlightened you a little bit more about how things work, how to get success, and like the inner organization of these matters, and how that logic is actually working throughout everything that we do together with Divine Mother, always right here. So I hope that helped. Dear friends, you are invited to Twin Flame Easter. We're going to meet up. How about that? What better way to spend a little free time to meet with the Twin Flame teacher and, importantly, the Twin Flame community? The first thing that's going to happen for you in Twin Flame Easter is you're going to get an automatic distant healing downloaded to you on download day. That'll be Easter Saturday, upcoming Saturday on March 30. The whole trick is that you give your little donation and then you're in, and you guaranteed yourself that you will receive from the teacher, that's why I mentioned it, the Twin Flame automatic distant healing. And I advise you to take that in, receive that assertively by taking some time for yourself on the Saturday, to sit down, to be a little meditative, maybe make a beautiful stroll in nature. And I especially advise you to go to our Facebook group, Your Abundance, which is our living room, and make yourself at home there. Start to download the worksheet of the Twin Flame Inner Work tool called Key. Start to study how it works by watching the many videos, reading other downloads and other posts in the featured post section, or pinned post section in other words, and so on. Start to do this Twin Flame Inner Work on upcoming Saturday as well, to make possible even more results from your Twin Flame Distant Healing download. There are many more things to study in our Facebook group. Please do so. Make it a beautiful day in which you sink into the deeper healing power that will bring you closer to your harmonious Twin Flame union. But that's not all. On that day, Saturday, March 30, I will give a YouTube live video in which you can come, connect with us, and we're going to do healing together as well. So that's available for everybody, anybody that wants to come. But if you're on the Twin Flame Download Day specifically and you have donated a little bit, this is of course a wonderful way to also connect and go deeper and get more and get it more structured, because we're going to experience in this YouTube live, oracle cards, healing, meditation, all around, bringing you closer to your harmonious twin flame union. Just like 2 unions have come together the last 6 weeks in our community. So why can't you do it? You can do it too. And this can be a start. This can be a moment in which you let that potential in a little deeper. This twin flame Easter. But that's not all. You can come to our Easter Sunday social meetup. This will be a Zoom call that starts up from our Facebook group called Your Abundance. And you can just meet up with each other, share, talk about what you experienced. Yes, in your distant healing download day experiences, and also about what you experienced in the YouTube live, or what you're experiencing in general. This social Zoom meetup for Twin Flame Easter is also accessible for anybody, and it is especially relevant for those that have opted to donate for the download day that was the day before on a Saturday. So this will be your complete Twin Flame Easter in which you can go deeper. I facilitate this for you from the heart. There will be some links that will make it clear for you, and of course the explanation as well in the description box below. And you need to push the 3 dots or another way that unfolds the explanations right underneath the video titles to reach that. You'll find it. I'll also put it in the pinned comment to make it extra easy to find for you. And I will see you at Twin Flame Easter. Love from Petra. So we talked about the role that relationship plays in your twin flame journey, going to your success in your harmonious twin flame union. And we sort of touched on the fact that you can also invest in the relationship with the teacher, for instance. Now that brings us to a whole new topic, and that is money on a twin flame journey. And isn't that such a strange and important, influential topic as well, that you may want to know more about right now? And I would totally understand that. I do have a video about that, so I will send you there now. It will be here, published in a couple of seconds, and I will see you there. Love from Petra.